Welcome to week 105 on carrying burdens. So this week I wanted to get in touch with other people's suffering to help alleviate it. It's a strange thing about humans. We tend to be able to carry other people's pain, and sometimes by not carrying an emotional weight or burden, they are more burdened by it. And if you're an empath, you kind of know. If you walk into a room, you can feel other people's energy or emotions. And sometimes we're in situations where we feel a certain way, but we're not quite sure why we feel that way. And sometimes that's because it's someone else's emotion or energy that we're feeling in that moment. So a strange phenomenon with humans, but it is possible to, in that sense, help carry burdens that other people feel. And it's important to realize that you feel safe and you're choosing to carry or not to carry. So during this meditation and any time when you realize that you're carrying something that is too heavy, you can release them or put it down altogether. It's entirely up to you. Just take a deep breath and let it go. So with that in mind, let's practice together in meditation now. So I invite you to lower your gaze or close your eyes, whichever is more comfortable for you and minimizes distractions. And just take a deep grounding and centering breath, remaining fully present to that breath from the very beginning of the inhale to the end of the exhale. And invite a sense of ease and flow to this moment, a feeling of being more grounded, releasing all the tension in your body and your mind with each out-breath, being intentional to let the out-breath release the energy and emotions that we're feeling, like a cleansing, and allowing the in-breath to be a new moment, a new experience. Give yourself permission to sink as you're breathing with each breath into a feeling of release and relaxation. And just make sure that your back is relaxed but upright. Your head is resting comfortably without adding pressure on your spine. Let your arms rest at your sides, releasing all the tension in your hands by gently opening them and letting them rest on your lap or by your side. Allow the muscles on your face to soften, your jaw, your tongue, your forehead, and the muscles around your eyes. Allowing any pains or aches or discomfort to slowly vanish as you feel your entire body becoming weightless, noticing that feeling of relaxation permeating from your face down through your entire body, melting away. And let that melting away energy drop through your body and out of the soles of your feet. Be grounded to the floor or the earth beneath your feet. And then drop your awareness there in that grounding energy. Now bring to mind someone you know who is suffering right now. Remembering that suffering doesn't seem like something that we can carry or share. Maybe it's not something we think we'd want to share. But there is a bit of beauty in that we can carry people's burdens, that when you feel sadness for someone, when you feel pain, a heaviness, you're carrying some of their burden. And it's okay to feel sadness, to be emotional, to feel weighed down, knowing it's fully in your control. In this moment, you're simply choosing to carry that. And maybe that is lessening their burden. Maybe they feel just a little bit less pain because you're choosing to carry some. And it might be somebody who is grieving the loss of someone. Might be someone who feels stuck in their programming, in their life. Might be a result of choices. Maybe it's unnecessary suffering. Maybe there's other possibilities. But too often when we're under that weight of grief, of regret, of guilt, of shame, we can't see possibilities. And maybe as we help each other carry some of that burden, emotionally, energetically, just feeling that in ourselves, feeling that shame, feeling that guilt, feeling their pain in some way, helping them carry some of it, then maybe they can feel a little lighter, and it will help them see possibilities that exist. Of course, it's a choice. If it's too much, take a breath and know that it is not yours. Remind yourself it's not your burden. All these emotions, this flood of emotion that you're feeling is someone else's. And it's okay to let go. And it's okay to carry some. It's okay to carry more or less wherever you are. It's perfectly fine. Just trust yourself and what you think you can handle. If you typically don't get in touch with your emotions, then maybe stretch towards feeling a little more intensely. Let yourself go a little deeper than you might normally go. And if you tend to feel a lot of emotions, then give yourself permission to ease off and feel a little bit less. Anything that we practice, we want to get really good at being really good and really good at not being so good. That's what makes us better, the contrast. That's why if you normally dwell in hyper emotions, and let go, practice letting go. Practice the art of breathing and just being that sense of calm and peace, that anchor that the person might need, that safety. And if you normally hide from your emotions, don't tend to dwell there, then give yourself permission to sink deeper, to feel more, to carry a little bit more than you normally carry. push yourself to the other limit and carry a bit of their burden or a bit more. It's said that pain is part of the human experience. We will feel pain, but suffering is optional. So it might be that you tend to not choose suffering. So you don't carry any part of the burden, even though there are reasons maybe to do it. But you're seeing somebody that is suffering. So even though you understand it's optional, maybe you want to help them ease their suffering by feeling into it just a little. Knowing that you're not creating or adding suffering to the world by suffering in this case. You're helping alleviate suffering. You're helping carry that load for someone else. And just keep that person in mind who you know is in pain or suffering. And just imagine how they feel by feeling it yourself. Let their emotions seep into your being. Imagine if you could feel how they're feeling, what that feels like. It's just as simple as just breathing and imagining that person. You can wrap your arms around that person, or just sit beside them, or just observe them. And then tune into how you're feeling. Not what you think of the situation or trying to make light of it in any way, just allowing this moment. Feeling how they feel. Maybe there's a situation where you felt there's a bit of an injustice. But you haven't chosen to carry that. You're accepting it just as it is. But there's someone else who is carrying that feeling of injustice. Maybe you can relieve their burden. Maybe you're meant to carry a bit of that injustice. Maybe there's situations where you're choosing to shy away, thinking that you need to be level-headed. You need to reason it out. What would happen if you gave yourself permission to feel? Just feel the energy in the room without the need to act or react or change it in any way. feel the energy in the room. Feel the sadness, the grief, the shame. That feeling of being stuck with no way out. And just use the breath to guide in these emotions and let them move. Not holding on to any emotions. They're not meant to be held to. Energy and motion. Allow the breath to guide in this energy, these emotions. Let the out breath carry them out. We're just giving ourselves permission to feel how someone else might be feeling. With the notion that maybe we can help carry that burden for them by just being with the emotion. Not having to fix anything. Nothing to do, nothing to change. Nothing to reason. Just be present and feel. Trusting yourself to take as much or as little as you're willing or able to carry. Maybe having a bit of an insight that maybe in this situation you could carry a little bit more. Or maybe you've been carrying a lot and you could give yourself permission to carry less. It's not all up to you. This is something we can all do. Emotionally, energetically. We have the power to feel into the moment. Feel what others are feeling. Empathize by simply feeling, by simply pausing, noticing. Just giving yourself permission. It's okay. Okay to feel somebody else's pain. And it's okay for you to feel pain too. Maybe others are carrying a little bit more because you've chosen to carry a little bit less. Maybe by pausing, you can see that you're willing to carry a little bit more to alleviate it from others. Sharing that burden, connecting on a deeper level. Maybe connecting to emotions you haven't allowed yourself to feel. Maybe you thought you needed to be strong in a situation. You didn't think it would do any good to feel a certain way. Give yourself permission to feel that. With this new perspective that maybe by choosing not to feel it, thinking you have to be strong or it won't change anything, that you're leaving it for others to carry. That energetically it's still there, even if you choose not to feel it, It's still there. Someone might be carrying it. Give yourself permission to feel any emotion that you might have repressed. And what does that feel like to carry an emotion or a burden, knowing that this is not just for you, it's helping others. That in doing this, you're helping others carry these burdens or emotions. And always remembering that the breath is safe. The breath is your anchor to the present. If you feel overwhelmed, you're just one breath away from releasing, returning to the breath, to the present moment, and letting it go. Allow the breath to guide you, to take in and to release, to not hold on to anything, just like you're not holding on to breath. You can choose to carry for one breath and then release at the end of that breath, letting it go. Emotions naturally subside as we give ourselves permission to feel them. They're simply messengers. They have a message for us that we can only receive when we give ourselves permission to fully feel into it and then release. Now give yourself permission to inhale a sense of peace and calm and gratitude for the ability to feel, the ability to experience, perhaps even the ability to carry others' emotional or energy burdens. And allow a smile to form on your face, to give those happy hormones to every cell of your body for being present and willing to share this experience, to do this right now, and allowing that smile to infuse into every cell of your body this experience, remembering that it's good. And then beginning to feel the weight of your body where it's resting, grounding yourself in any pressure you might feel there. And slowly starting the process of coming back in your own timing, just as you would from a deep sleep. You might want to stretch or wiggle your fingers and toes, rotate your wrists and ankles, even yawn. Oh, yawning, teary eyes, sighing. They're all forms of energy release. Moving the body helps to release energy. Give yourself permission, whatever is coming up, let it go. It's all good. It's okay. Very slowly and peacefully bringing yourself back from the meditation in your own timing, remembering there is no rush to come back. When you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes. And then remember to take a moment to make notes of any thoughts or insights that you might have had in your journal or notebook. Remembering that there's power to putting your thoughts, your insights into words, writing them down. There's especially if you're writing with a pen on paper, just this energy moving through your hand. It's powerful. And remember that these practices don't have to take 30 minutes out of your day. You can just do it for one breath. Pause for one breath of awareness, just being fully present to that breath. Being fully present to any emotion you feel as you breathe in that breath and you're aware in this moment. What are you not feeling, not allowing yourself to feel? What energy, what emotions is present, but you're keeping it at bay. Just give yourself permission to feel that, knowing that the breath is safe because it's in the present and you can release it with the out breath. So thank you again for taking the time to practice with me today. If you're here with me live and you want to write with me for 5 minutes and then share any thoughts or insights, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, have a wonderful day and week ahead.